this is Jo from Angels and Ancestors. It is the summer solstice. It is bloody boiling hot here in the UK. And everybody's out having barbecues, so that's really good, isn't it? I've shut the door because my little indoor cat likes to go outside, which he's not supposed to. And of course it's been too hot, so he's been going out and then he's been coming back in to cool down. So I took the opportunity, I shut the door. So, and also that counteracts some of the noise that's going on outside as well. I was hoping to do this outside on the table. However, next door have got a party of people there and they're all in the garden enjoying themselves. So I kind of thought, well, I don't really want to try and interrupt them and they don't really want to try to interrupt me. So yeah, so it's indoors, it doesn't matter. I will try and do your July reading out there one evening. However, this is not your July reading, this is the collective reading for the summer solstice right through to September the 22nd, which is the autumnal solstice, or the I think they call it the equinox, don't they, because it's equal days. So it will take you right up to there. We are going to have a look to see what's going on for everybody. So if you want a specific reading, perhaps this isn't for you because it's kind of covering all bases. It's not in particular for any star sign. It's not in particular for any one in particular, man, woman, indifferent, doesn't matter. But this reading is a reading to see how the summer pans out. So because this is a special reading, the Inner Temple Oracle is one of my favourite decks. When I opened this box, I opened it and I was like, oh, that's pretty, oh, it's got a stand, look at that. It is the prettiest deck as well. So we're going to ask the Inner Temple to give us a card that will set the pace and the scene for the summer for the collective, please. And as you know, I do intuitive readings. I don't particularly go by the meaning in the book, so don't come back at me if you think I've got it wrong. I am getting messages all the time from Spirit telling me the story behind that card, and the other cards around it will also tell a story. Oh wow, well, you couldn't ask for a better card, could you? Soul retrieval. Darlings, for the collective, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to want their soul back, and they're going to get it. There's going to be a big turn. The tide is going to turn. Well, I didn't think it would be this quick, to be perfectly honest with you, but more and more people are becoming aware of the situation that they've kind of blindly walked into, and more people are getting really fed up with what's going on. I mean, I think it's just been published that the people didn't take part in the C19 years was India, China and Malaysia. None of them did it. They didn't have lockdowns. They didn't give their people an mRNA vaccine. So things are coming out and people are like, what the hell? It was mainly the Western world that did what they did. I think Russia was also another one that didn't participate. And for good reason. For good reason. Not having a pop at anybody. I think those countries that stood firm and said, hell no, not our people, all power to you. All power to you, because our governments didn't stick up for us. So there's going to be a soul retrieval. And you know, a lot of people are describing this time and this place where we are at the moment as being soulless. It's only soulless if you haven't found your way back. Just saying. So, that's setting the pace and the framework of what's going to happen between now and September. Wow, that's amazing, isn't it? So can I have a card for the collective, please, that's going to explain this a little bit further? Okay, they've given us several. What have we got? Oh, past lives. Look what's behind the Akashic records. So past lives 32. When you add that together, it's a 5. This is transitional. This is a massive transition of people. Oh, of people. Not just looking into their past lives, but this past life, this life in the past. You're going to be looking back at our freedoms, our liberties, our ability to say what we want to say. So along with the soul retrieval, I think this is deeply, very deeply spiritual. And the other card that came out, and that's the 32, so that's your transition card right there. I'm just going to pop it. Will it stand up? Probably not. Oh yeah. This one is a 14. Add it together. Guess what? It's a 5. Another transition card. You couldn't make this up. You've got the Aurora Borealis behind this beautiful creature is dancing in the clouds, and it is representative of air. Now, air is all about your thoughts, and it says a great idea. So it looks like the collective are going to have a brilliant idea, and they're going to bring it together. Wow. Wouldn't that be something? So, what's the current situation for the collective? Let's see if we can pick up on that energy. Thank you. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That says it all. Absolutely. I just heard for this card, because I don't normally do them until I've got everyone out, but I just heard empty promises. Says it all, really, doesn't it? So, the first aspect, facing your fears. What's going on for the collective? Oh, one came out and it popped back in again. Let's see if it comes out again. No. How's the collective going to face their fears? Thank you. Oh, another spiritual card. Wow. Second aspect. What is it the collective has been manifesting and wishing for? And why may this be? I'm sorry, I'm going to swear fucked, basically. Oh. Oh, goodness. Okay. Okay. Wow. Oh my God, that is hugely powerful. I'm sorry, I don't normally sort of like show you that you've got 2, but you've got 3 major arcana came out collectively, one on top of each other. That's amazing. For those of you that don't know, that are just joining me, I do my own reading, which is the WTF reading. I created this back in 2017, I believe it was. And I've been using it ever since. So the W, the T and the F, so it's the usual WTF. So the next bit, the first part of the T is the down bit, which is the movement and journey. What is the movement and journey going to be like for the collective between the solstice and the equinox? Okay. And then we're going to do, what can you do about this situation collectively? Ah, very nice. And then what is out of your hands collectively? Oh, there's a huge transition coming in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 major arcana so far. Wow. Didn't even ask it for those ones. So this is reconnecting with your true selves, the true meaning of the collective. What's happening next? The outcome. Okay. Ah, still got to be on their guard. So, oh wow. Let's start, shall we? Because like this is just blown my bloody mind. It really has. So, for between the solstice and the equinox in September, which is the whole of the summer, current situation, fed up to the back teeth, not knowing what to do. You can sense there is a chalice missing, but the chalices that are coming to the door for everybody are full of empty promises. Sounds about right? Full of empty promises. It really doesn't want to stand up, does it? Wow. But do you know the good thing is, I think you're that fed up now that you are blocking or not allowing those empty promises to come across the threshold. You're really not taking a lot of notice of them. You know there's something missing. You know that you're kind of like, well, where is it? You know, what is it that's missing? And I think a lot of people in the collective generally are kind of thinking that what is the one bit that is missing. And everybody collectively will come to their own conclusions. It doesn't mean that we'll be fractured. It doesn't mean that we won't work together. It just means that everybody will find their own way of reasoning around the situation. Now, some people who are highly spiritual will automatically jump on that and say, yeah, it's about love of self. It's about having respect, all of those sort of things. But these empty promises that keep coming is so disrespectful. It is so not self-loving that you're accepting what other people are offering to you. And it may be that somebody comes to the door with a chalice with every intention of apologising, but if their chalice that they're offering you is empty, there's no point in taking it. You want to fill your own chalice up, and the person that comes in to offer you what is in the chalice, or the overspill of the chalice, it has to be filled up first, which means that they have to do the work to repair everything. You're getting the essence, you're getting the idea. Absolutely, you're getting the idea that it's soul retrieval. And you don't have to be a churchgoer. You don't have to be in any particular religion. You don't have to be affiliated to anything at all except yourself and whatever you believe is the divine. And if you believe there is nothing, all there is nature and the planet, great, go for your life. But if you are somebody who is connected to connected to any kind of organised religion, there may be some questions that need to be asked and answered. Okay. So the next one, the first aspect, facing the fears. And in comes the high priest. Now this high priest, completely opposite to the high priestess, he is about tradition. He is saying it's okay to go back to traditional thoughts, feelings and ways. It's okay to do that. It is okay to step inside those stones and feel protected. It is okay for you to feel the sun and feel its energy and allow yourself to see what is being illuminated for you in the cold light of day. The high priest is all about tradition. So traditional beliefs, traditional values, and that's going to be different for every single person on the planet. But the high priestess is saying facing your fears is getting together with other communities and creating one large community. So it's not about leaving your faith. It's not about taking on a faith. It is literally about rebuilding communities as we used to know them and accept each other for who and what we are and what we represent. Wow. Crikey, I didn't expect it to be this powerful, to be perfectly honest with you. So, what you've been manifesting, your wish fulfillment and why it may be fucked. Now, you've got two here. You're the Horned King. Now, the Horned King is this great advocate, and he advocates for everything in nature. It doesn't matter if it's flora or fauna, he advocates for everything. He gives everything and everybody a voice that hasn't got it. And when he says everything in nature, he means everything, including you and I. So it does look like people are manifesting a resolution in the shape of what we know, which would be a person, an advocate. Someone who is going to stick up for us. However, the collective are being told, stop hanging around like the Oak King. It is now your turn to say that the collective needs to come together. All the individuals come together as a community and stop procrastinating. Because that's what's holding us back. Is everybody's doubts, is everybody's fears, is everybody, like everybody's manifestation and everybody's wishing, but nobody's actually doing anything to make this happen. This creature is on the peripheral. I can see him or her, male or female. We don't deal with sex, we deal with energy. They are on the edge. They're waiting to be called in. But the collective are still hanging around. They're still hanging around. And it looks like there's like the 8 sign, which is the infinity sign. But I'm going to take that as a sign that this could be August. Because we've got the Lion's Gate in August as well, haven't we? That's another reading that you're going to get. So that's what we're manifesting collectively, that we want somebody else to come and sort this shit out. However, that person can't come in until we can prove that we have got robust communities which is accepting of everybody. It's as simple as that. Wow. Wow. So your movement, your journey, where the fuck you need to be. Oh my God, you've got 2 tens. You've got the 10 of Athames and the 10 of Pentacles. So the 10 of Athames is the ending of a cycle. It is that you have learned with every Athame you've put in the ground to form this circle how to protect yourself. You have stopped the backstabbing collectively. You've stopped it. You don't want it any longer. You see stuff online. You now no longer trust that it is safe or authentic. So you are protecting yourself. So like for me, I turned my TV off in June 2023 and it has never gone back on again. I've never turned it on. It's unplugged, sitting on the wall, doing nothing, and it's just an anomaly in the corner of the room. So a lot of you have already done this. For those of you that haven't done this, this is part of the movement, the journey of the collective to come together to build these robust protection circles around everybody. People have stopped believing in what they're seeing, and that means that there's a bigger awareness going on around them, and what it's going to pull in is the 10 of Pentacles, which means that the sun is shining, the garden's beautiful, the cherry blossom is out, families are coming together for the benefit of families. Now, if we take that one step further, we can say this is communities are definitely coming together for communities. Now, communities can be as small or as large as you like. I live in a little village. The community recently hasn't really been there. We have got a parish council that is very ingrained, and nobody has shifted out of the parish council for donkey's years, and anybody who tries to infiltrate that, it's just not going to happen. So communities, this can be your family, this can be who you choose as your friends, this can be your work colleagues, it could be a mixture of everything. And if you live in a town or a big city, it does mean that some people are going to be looking at building structures around that community, which means safety for people who are living in those communities. Wow. It's very powerful. So what can you do about this? So you have got the she. In she comes. Some people say she's a fairy. Other folklore says she's a witch. However, look at her kitchen. She's got everything in there that she needs. She's got, the goddess is depicted by the cow in the field, and she's got the moon is full and illuminating. She has got rosemary hanging for remembrance. She's got lavender for protection. She has got fire behind her for passion and desire, and the broom to sweep away what no longer serves her. The candles show intention. The athame is to draw energy down. The book is to record what she is doing for this elixir. And what she is concocting is a safe... Go on, give it that to me again. What was it? A safe... Okay, I don't know quite how to say that. Anyway, let me get on with the story. It'll come to me. So what she's doing, she's inviting the little fae folk to come in to add some extra magic into the pot. Right, okay, I've got it. Okay, so they're going to add their extra bit into the pot, that extra bit of magic. And everybody is going to get a taste from that pot. They are going to know how to intend to do something, remember where we were, protection for everybody, allowing yourself to draw energy down and to hold on to your passions, your desires, your wishes, your thoughts, your feelings. In she comes to do this work. Now this again is a 14. It's another transition card, number 5. She is mixing a concoction that is going to help the transition move along. Now, whatever you believe in, whether you believe in prayer, whether you believe in petitions, whether you believe in spell work, whether you believe in manifestation, wishing, doesn't matter. It's about putting that concoction together for the whole collective. It is proven that prayer, petition, whatever you want to call it, when it is done en masse, it has really good results. So I didn't do some of these numbers, but the High Priest is a 5, transition. The 4, trying to bring in stability. There's the 12, that's the 3, trying to wake everything and everybody up. The 4, again, trying to bring in stability. And obviously 2 10s. Now where you have a 10, a 1 and a 0, you can break that down again into a 1. So it means after these have played out, the new beginnings will come in behind them. So what is it you can't do anything about? You have the World Tree. Again, it's a number 3. Now 3s do indicate the coming together, collaborations, celebrations, all of that sort of thing. But here we have got this beautiful tree. All the seasons are mentioned in the branches of the tree and down to here. So we've got spring, summer, autumn and winter. Spring, summer, autumn, winter. And then you've got the snow coming down here. Now, that's an oak tree. And an oak tree does have deep roots, but it also has roots that go across the land. They're not particularly buried. They send resources to other trees in times of famine, in times of low energy. But what we've got here is a snake, an asp. And what it's indicating is there is a lot of stability available. That tree will stay stable so long as its roots stay rooted. But this asp, this snake at the bottom, it is saying, without exception, we need to shed old skin. Now, whether that is governments, whether that is bringing together in the middle everybody, but it's shedding old skin. It's letting go of what has happened and bringing in the new. Wow. So, the collective reconnecting to the true essence of the collective, and I get this card. This is the 6 of Chalices. This is my reunion, my reminiscence card. So a lot of us are reminiscing. We're talking about the 70s and the 80s being the golden time. So even the 90s, people are saying, oh, the golden time. It was the last time that we had freedoms before phones came in, before the electronic age came in, before we started to be monitored en masse hugely. The 6 of Chalices also shows there is a canary in the cage. There is a secret to be told. And once that canary is out of the cage, there is no getting it back. So collectively, we could all be coming together as communities, having picnics, maybe not having picnics, just getting together. And somebody is going to spill the beans, and it is going to fucking change everything. It's going to make us feel we want to go back to basics. We want to get back to a number 1. We want to start over again. This witch comes in, and she's equivalent to the magician. So she comes in and she brings all the elements with her. Earth, air, fire and water. Particularly fire. But it's all there. And what she's saying is go back to basics. Go back to what it is that you already knew as your normal, and not keep accepting this as a new normal. It doesn't have to be like this. But it is this reminiscence and reunion that is going to let that canary out of that cage. Now, with this card as well, when you're reunion with people or reminiscing with people, keep in mind you've all got different ideas, thoughts and feelings, even about the same subject. But going back to basics, she is saying protect yourselves, understand the elements are there for everybody to use. So earth is there to ground us, air is there for our thoughts, fire is there for our passion, our desire, and fire itself is cleansing. And then we have water, which is also cleansing, but water is about feelings and emotions, and it is bringing all of that together, is going to reconnect the collective to each other. So, your outcome, what is happening next? Please be careful over this summer. A lot of people get the Six of Pentacles up and they go, oh, what a wonderful card. Not so much. Now, these two ladies have got a really good thing going. One lady's got some heather to sell. The other lady's got a penny. And they've decided that they are going to have their agreement to buy and sell. It's as simple as. It is a small transaction, but it is a definite transaction. You hand over a penny, you get a bunch of heather. However, you've got this little creature here, and he's got dice in his hands behind his back, and he's holding his hand out because he wants his cut. He wants his cut, and he's rolling the dice and betting that people are just going to hand over his cut. So this is what I'm going to say to you. Watch out for scammers. They are everywhere now. It's not just, oh, we heard of another scam. They are in every corner of life. If in doubt, do nothing. Do not give your details out to anybody. If somebody rings you and they claim to be from somewhere, please don't just give them your details. Ring that company back. However, this is a collective reading, and a collective reading of rolling the dice and handing out, showing your hand because you want your cut. I'm going to say that that is the government's. They've sorted themselves out. They know what they're doing. And the government's again, come on, we want our cut. And why do they want our cut? And more and more and more of our cut? Because they cannot get themselves together to do a proper job. I just can't. Billions and billions are being borrowed by the majority of countries around the world. How is that ever going to be paid back? There isn't enough money being produced by the everyday people by way of taxes that is ever going to plug that hole. So we're going to ask the angels and the ancestors for some knowledge, wisdom and guidance for June, the summer solstice, July, August and September, right up to the equinox phase. This, oh wow, this is a really powerful reading. I can't get that over to you. How many did we end up with? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 major arcanas. Oh, I'll do this one. 7 major arcanas. Let me just get this shuffle done and I'll do the one at the bottom of the deck, what's hidden. Anything else? Thank you. Okay, so we've got that one, those ones, that one, and that one. So put them there for a minute. The standing stone, it's an 11. You don't break that down any further because it is a prime number. Now this 11 also indicates Libra, air, so it's a lot of thinking that is going on, but it shows the stones around the stone in the middle, which is showing that there's a lot of protection coming in from other realms. Now whether you believe in aliens, angels, ancestors, it doesn't matter. There is protection coming in. And what we're going to find as we go through this summer is that the scales are going to come back into balance. The labyrinth will clear for a clear new way of doing things. But we're also going to see a lot of protection for the vulnerable as we go through. And let's face facts here, we're all vulnerable, but there are some people that are more vulnerable than others. So, what have the angels and ancestors got for us today? We have got Mother Earth, Gaia. Feel loved and comforted. She's never far away from us. We walk on her every day. She is caring and giving. She just knows that things will come back round. What goes around comes around. She's got no doubt about that. But she's also want you to know that there is a lot of protection for you from her. Now, whether you believe in her or you believe in your own God, that's absolutely fine. But she really does need you to know as a collective that Mother Earth has got this, Gaia has got this. She's seeing what's going on. You know, during COVID, we saw evidence, absolute evidence, that she was ready to come back. Because while we weren't participating, while we were stuck indoors, oh, that's Mandrake. What are you doing? Eh? What are you up to? Yeah, I know, but I'm doing a reading. Yeah, and now they've got your tail in their faces. Come on, Dan, get down. No, going that way. What are you doing? Mandrake. What are you doing? Get down. No, down. Meow. We have Father Sky. Trust in the unknown. Even if you do not believe in something, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to put him down because his fluff gets up my nose. Even if you don't believe in something, try and trust in the universe. Try and trust that there is more going on in the background than we can see. The eagle can see it from a completely different perspective. The eagle has got the ability for the bird's eye view, and that's what they're saying. Have faith in the unknown. Star ancestor, follow the voice of your soul. That is such a good piece of advice. Spring, see seeds grow. So we may be sowing stuff throughout this summer for the collective, but it is going to be in the spring when we actually see all of that hard work and effort come together. Trader, exchange energy to create abundance. That's what we mean about coming back together with people, coming back as a community, no matter our differences, just getting together and saying, we don't want this. We want to live peacefully. We want our communities back. We want to have that sense of belonging. Mirror Guardian, take time to reflect. Please take time to reflect. Take time to think about what we had, what we've lost, what we could have again. And I know there's a lot of naysayers out there going, oh, we'll never get that back. I don't know what you're talking about. We will never get it back if you keep saying shit like that. We will never get it back by the Debbie Downers that are out there. We will only get it back if we bring all of the fractured people back together in the middle. No name calling, no mudslinging, and just get on as human beings. Just accept each other for who and what we are, and just bloody well get on with it. Because every time one section of society does something another section of society doesn't like, that you're creating energy that is going to keep you apart. Whereas if you are doing something collectively and together, you are raising the vibrational energy to ensure our communities are no further decimated. So, my darlings, that's your reading from the solstice right round until the 22nd of September, wherever you are. I hope the rest of your solstice is wonderful. And I will catch up with you in this week sometime for your July reading. Bye for now.